Good afternoon. Welcome to today's ceremony where we will honor the class of 2018 graduates. I am Margaret Chadwell, Associate Dean for Student Affairs and Career Development. It is my pleasure to preside over the medical school's 150th commencement ceremony. We are delighted to have you here. We will begin with a welcome from Governor Michael Basuito, a member of the Wayne State University Board of Governors. Governor Basuito.
Thank you. Good afternoon to each one of you on this very special day and this very special year for both the School of Medicine and the university, our 150th anniversary of this university and this school. On behalf of the Board of Governors, it is my pleasure to welcome all of the graduates of the School of Medicine's class of 2017. Thank you, future doctors. This is always a special day for me. I sat in your seats here in 1981, so I get just as excited every time I do this now as I did back then in 1981. Thank you for being so successful with our school. Thank you. You've worked hard to reach this point, and you should be proud, as we are, of what you have accomplished. Wayne State University is an outstanding institution, and today you join more than 250,000 alumni who call our university their alma mater. Our vibrant, growing campus is a tribute to our students and of the unwavering faith that we have in our ability to succeed. Your dedication and commitment have brought you to this moment and have set the path for your future success. On the occasion of his inauguration, Nelson Mandela remarked, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are all-powerful beyond measure." While such power can be immensely flattering, it can also be overwhelming. For with great power comes great responsibility, but you know you are up to the task. The medical profession provides unending opportunities to share your talents and gifts with others. I hope that you look forward to this aspect of your profession and give support, guidance, knowledge, and care to your patients. They will rely on you to do so, and we know you will answer that challenge. I would like to take a moment to introduce the other board of members who are here with us this afternoon. Joining me are my colleagues and my friends. Governor David Nicholson, who's our vice chair. Can you stand up, David? And Governor Dana Thompson. Just want to make a couple other comments here. I have to tell you that oftentimes at this stage in my career, I've been given opportunities to pursue other courses with my career that don't involve especially patient contact. But and I'm a plastic surgeon, that's my day job. And when I'm given these opportunities, I always think deeply about them, and I always find myself coming to the same place, and that's coming to the conclusion that I find that the operating room is really my happy place. And I hope all of you find a happy place in your career so that when you get to this stage where I am, you can say the same thing. The other thing I want to say is that you found a profession here today that's going to allow you to be a hero on a daily basis. And when you find yourself in those situations on a daily basis, think back to where you were educated to do the things you're going to do. And please think about giving back. Give back so that those who come behind you will have the opportunities that you're going to have. Congratulations from the Board of Governors and the entire Wayne State University community. We extend to each of you our deepest and best wishes for much success and fulfillment. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor Basuito. I would like to introduce other important members of our university community who took time from their busy schedules to celebrate with us. Will the members of the President's Cabinet please stand and be recognized? Several years ago, the School of Medicine established a Board of Visitors. These distinguished members of the metropolitan community provide invaluable counsel and promote communication between the medical school and the citizens of southeastern Michigan. Members of the Board of Visitors that are in attendance, please rise and be acknowledged. Okay. I also would like to introduce the Council of Deans and departmental chairpersons at the School of Medicine. Please rise. Also, let us not forget the members of our faculty, staff, and university counselors who have supported our students over the years. Will you all please rise and be acknowledged? It is now my pleasure to introduce the 12th President of Wayne State University, Dr. M. Roy Wilson. President Wilson.
Thank you, Dr. Chadwell. Students, congratulations. Today, you are officially graduates of the Wayne State University School of Medicine's Class of 2018, and it is my privilege to call you colleagues as well. And yes, Mom and Dad, you can officially tell all your friends that your son or daughter is a doctor. Most of the people sitting in this theater now are not graduates, however, but family and friends of the graduates. Most of you have had great sacrifices to help your graduates pursue this most noble of callings. We owe you a debt of gratitude for your patience, for helping to guide your loved ones on a path to becoming a doctor, for encouraging them when they didn't think they would make it. You know, it's been quite a long time since I sat in an auditorium eagerly awaiting my medical degree. I won't tell you just how long. But thanks to medical school, I've had a front row seat to a fascinating period of scientific discovery and technological advancement. Yet, some things don't change. I remember with crystal clarity the advice I received many years ago when I was in your shoes, just beginning to embark on my medical career. It came from one of my professors. He said to me, "Be good to medicine, and medicine will be good to you." Now, at the time, I did not fully understand this message, but I think I do now. So the first part, be good to medicine. What he was trying to tell me is you have to respect medicine, commit yourself fully to your discipline, and always, no matter what, act in the best interests of your patients. Second part, medicine will be good to you. Certainly from a financial perspective, despite student loans that you may have, you'll be fine. But more importantly, there's no calling more sacred. It will give you a personal fulfillment that very few people in other professions will ever experience. This fulfillment is deep, and it will sustain you through the heights and depths of your career. The medical advances you will experience in the next 30 years will greatly surpass those of the past 30 years. This could pose daunting dilemmas, both for you and your field. But because of your education at Wayne State, you're prepared to meet them. The advice I received so many years ago is as relevant now as ever before. So remember, be good to medicine, and I assure you, medicine will be good to you. Enjoy every minute of the day, and congratulations again.
Thank you, President Wilson. Our next speaker is Dr. Jack Sobel, the Dean of Wayne State University School of Medicine. He is a longtime member of the faculty with extensive experience in both clinical practice and medical administration. Dr. Sobel is a widely published and strongly funded physician researcher in the area of infectious disease and chair of the Division of Research in the Internal Medicine Department. Dr. Sobel is also professor of immunology and microbiology and of obstetrics and gynecology. Dr. Sobel.
Thank you, Dr. Chadwell. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome, firstly, to the families and friends who are here today to celebrate this achievement with our graduates, who would not have succeeded without your nurturing support. To the class of 2018, on behalf of the faculty and the administration, congratulations from President Wilson, the Board of Governors, our faculty. We all celebrate with you. We all started the journey together in 2014, although I entered Scott Hall just a few months after your white coat ceremony. If we have done our job well, you do realize that your medical education is not yet complete. It never ends. Although the practice of medicine is a lifetime pursuit, you have only just begun to enjoy the unique and incredible fulfillment that being a physician has given you. It is yours to embrace. I urge you to preserve your passion for medicine and healing, and your compassion for patients, who so depend on you. You chose Wayne State University for a reason. You wanted to be challenged. No other medical school in the nation offers the urban clinical excellence that Wayne State University provides. You came here for this community, for this education, and for this unique opportunity. That's what we have provided for the last 150 years, and that's what we will continue to provide for the next 150 years. The world of medicine you are entering has seen incredible progress in so many areas, especially in reducing child mortality and tackling infectious diseases. Thanks to better vaccines and other interventions, child mortality has decreased by more than 50% in the last 25 years. What an incredible achievement. We have eradicated smallpox. We're on the verge of eradicating polio. HIV is no longer a certain death sentence, and half the world is now free of malaria. The advances of medicine affect every area in medicine, although more recently, we have seen enormous changes in oncologic therapy of cancer. Next challenge, neurosciences, all in good time and all for you to enjoy, but also for you to master. As you move on to the next phase of your professional journey, you go with my sincerest wishes for a successful and a fulfilling career and life. The faculty and I salute you. We salute your academic success and wish you long and compassionate service to humanity. Congratulations, doctors.
Thank you, Dean Sobel. Now I would like to introduce Dr. Trifon Dmitrievsky, President of the Wayne State University Medical Alumni Association. Dr. Dmitrievsky is a 2002 graduate of our medical school. He is an emergency medicine staff physician at Detroit Receiving, the Director of Medical Simulation for the Cato Clinical Skills Center, Assistant Professor for Emergency Medicine, and the Medical Director for the Detroit Belle Isle Grand Prix. So I guess he was just a little busy this last weekend. Dr. Dmitrievsky will extend congratulations on behalf of the Medical Alumni Association to the class of 2018. Dr. Dmitrievsky.
Good afternoon and congratulations, class of 2018. Way to go. Doctors. For those of you who don't know me, I am Trifon Dmitrievsky. I am class of 2002, and I am the newly elected president of the Wayne State University School of Medicine Alumni Association. And it gives me great pride and pleasure to welcome you into the alumni family. I just remember sitting in your shoes, although it was 16 years ago, it seems like just yesterday, and I just remember being very happy to be sitting in those shoes. And the reason being, I just have a little story to tell you here just to kind of break up the monotony, so I want to apologize to the lady signing for us up here if my story gets a little complex. But anyway, here we go. So I kid you not, real story. Day before graduation, the late Dr. Jane Thomas, the office of Dr. Thomas calls me and says, Dr. Thomas would like to speak to you. I'm like, really? Why? Well, just can you be here at 1 o'clock? I'm like, sure, of course. So, I get there early and, I'm sitting in the chair waiting, palm sweating, leg shaking, going, why does Dr. Thomas want to talk to me? What did I do? So finally they say, Dr. Thomas will see you now. So I walk in and I say, hey, Dr. Thomas, how you doing? She goes, oh, hey, good to see you. Close the door, sit down. I'm like, why do I got to close the door? Oh, boy. So I sit down. Heart rate's about 200, sweating profusely. And she sits down, opens her top drawer. She's like, where is it? Where is it? She pulls it out and she puts her glasses on, looks at me over her glasses like Dr. Thomas did, gives out a big sigh. And I'm surprised I didn't pass out. And she goes, how do you say that name of yours? I got to pronounce it tomorrow at graduation. As you look back over the last 4 years, you've had glimpses of what it feels like to be a Wayne State physician. When you think back to your freshman orientation, especially that first time, especially those of you who were in my P3 or back then ClinMed course, I'm not sure what it was called, but you know what I'm talking about. And we first let you loose in the emergency department or whatever clinic you were in or whatever hospital you were in and let you see a patient. If you think back to that moment and now take yourself forward to realize the journey that you've taken and the physician that you have become. After countless hours of studying, hard work, not only today do your dreams come true, but what you need to realize, and trust me when I say this, is you have the knowledge, the skill set, the clinical acumen, and the bedside urban experience that far exceeds any other medical school in this country. And trust me, in a few short weeks, when you report to orientation for intern orientation, and you're sitting there, you will be head and shoulders above your colleagues graduating today because of the School of Medicine that you have graduated from. And so that's a tribute to you, to this School of Medicine, and for those of you in emergency medicine, a tribute to myself. I'll take credit for that. No, I'm just kidding. Dr. K, too, don't forget he's on stage, so congratulations, you well deserved. I'm going to leave you with this. As you look around the room today and you see some of the faculty that have helped to educate you, some of the Wayne State University School of Medicine physicians, those on stage, you know the physician I'm talking about. It's that physician that you love to work with. It's that physician that molded you. It's that physician that you took something from, another physician you took something from, and you molded the physician you are, okay? So what I have to challenge you is, in a few short years after you're done with residency or during your residency, I challenge you to become that physician that molds the next generation of physicians that are graduating here today. So on behalf of more than 23,000 alumni across the country and around the world, we wish you much success, welcome you as colleagues, and look forward to a long and productive relationship as we all work together to make our world a better place. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2018. It has been an absolute pleasure and an honor to work with you and to teach you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Dmitrievsky. I'm also a proud alum. A distinguished community leader has been recommended by the faculties of the university for an honorary degree. President Wilson.
Would the Honorable David Nicholson, Vice Chair of the Board, please join me at the lectern for the conferral of the honorary degree. And will Governor Busuttil and Governor Thompson please escort Dr. Kirch to the lectern. Wayne State University awards a Doctor of Laws degree, honoris causa, to you, Darrell G. Kirch, MD, for your exceptional achievements in the medical field. You currently serve as President and Chief Executive Officer of the Association of American Medical Colleges, or AAMC, The AAMC represents all 151 accredited U.S. and 17 accredited Canadian medical schools, nearly 400 major teaching hospitals and health systems, including 51 U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs medical centers, and more than 80 academic societies. You began your role as AAMC President in 2006, following 6 years as Senior Vice President for Health Affairs, Dean of the College of Medicine, and CEO of the Milton S. Hershey Medical Center at the Pennsylvania State University, where you and your leadership team are credited with revitalizing the institution and guiding it through a period of educational innovation and major growth in clinical activity and research funding. As a psychiatrist and neuroscientist, you have conducted research on the biological basis of and clinical treatments for severe neuropsychiatric disorders. Following the completion of your residency training at the University of Colorado Health Sciences Center, you joined the National Institute of Mental Health, where you were later named Acting Scientific Director. Your NIMH contributions were recognized when you were presented with the Outstanding Service Medal of the U.S. Public Health Service. You are a member of several professional societies, including the American College of Psychiatrists, the American Medical Association, and the American Psychiatric Association, and you are active in the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs Special Medical Advisory Group. In 2007, you were elected to the National Academy of Medicine, and in 2014, you were named a Distinguished Life Fellow by the American Psychiatric Association. You have been and continue to be a vocal advocate for the transformation of the nation's healthcare system and how academic medicine can lead change across medical education, biomedical research, and patient care. You have been a champion for interprofessional education and practice, helping establish the Interprofessional Education Collaborative. In tribute to your medical career and in recognition of your leadership as an advocate for social justice, Wayne State University proudly bestows on you, Darrell G. Kirch, the degree Doctor of Laws, honoris causa. Governor Nicholson, as President of Wayne State University, and on behalf of the faculty, I am pleased to present Dr. Darrell G. Kirch for the conferral of the degree.
Thank you, President Wilson. By the authority of the people of the state of Michigan, as vested in the Wayne State University Board of Governors, we are proud to confer upon you, Dr. Darrell G. Kirch, the degree of Doctor of Law, honoris causa. With this diploma and hood, admit you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities of that degree. Congratulations.
Well, I am truly honored to become part of the Wayne State family. I will wear the green and gold with real pride. And I'm also humbled. The fact that so many of you took a weekday off to come here to Detroit just to hear me speak. I'm fully aware of why you're here, and I promise not to stand in the way. But I do have a chance to share some thoughts with you. I have an unusual thing happen when I sit at a commencement, as we're doing today, and I'm sure it's happening to some of my physician colleagues on the stage. And I go back to my time in medical school, and I realize that I have memories that are so vivid, they're crystal clear, that decades later, they haven't dimmed a bit. And in later years, I've come to understand that there's a common thread through all these memories. So I remember the first time I put on my white coat. For you, I think your white coat ceremony was in Orchestra Hall on a July day in 2014. And the first time I put my coat on, and I bet when you put your white coat on, I felt like an imposter. It just didn't seem real that I was wearing the coat of a physician. But then I realized how many people believed in me, the family and friends that supported me to get there, the faculty that accepted me into medical school. They gave me that gift of support and belief, even when I doubted myself. That's a precious gift indeed. I also, as maybe you do, vividly remember the first day of anatomy lab and the smell of the formalin hitting me and really wondering whether I was going to be able to do this. But my team and I did complete the course successfully, but even more than that, we came to realize that a person had given their body in death so that I could learn about life. That is a phenomenal gift that they bestowed upon me. I know the first time I was allowed to go into the hospital room, to be the first person on the team to see a newly admitted patient. And I walked up to the patient, an older gentleman in the VA who appeared to be very uncomfortable. And I introduced myself as one of the team members that would be taking care of him. And as soon as the words medical student came out of my mouth, he got this very worried look on his face. And it may have been, to some degree, that he was anxious about my level of skill. But what I learned is that he had a gift to give me. At first, when I walked in that room, I saw a rule-out diagnosis and a set of problems and a set of medications. But as I took the history from him, I realized that this gentleman had, like my own father, fought his way through Europe during the Battle of the Bulge. He gave me that human story and the gift of realizing that behind every diagnosis, every set of lab values, somebody was willing to share their story with me so that I could potentially help them. One of the happier memories was being on the OB rotation. And there's an expression that they use, the attending on that day. I paid attention, I knew what was going on. And the attending finally said, "Okay, it's your turn to catch the baby." That was the expression. And I'd not actually done a delivery before, but I felt like I was totally prepared. I delivered this very healthy baby into my hands. And the physician, the attending, leaned toward me, and I felt like he was going to say something like, "My son, now you are truly a physician." And instead, he whispered, "I really wish you wouldn't hold the baby quite so tightly." But what I realized after that delivery was this young couple had just allowed me, somebody they hadn't met before that day, they allowed me to share in one of the most intimate moments of their lives. Those gifts, you have memories of them too. They can sustain you. I urge you, when you're feeling not just exhausted, but maybe even burned out, to think back on them and think about what you have been given in order to train as a physician and now to practice medicine. Which I guess leads to the question of, if we're given these gifts, what exactly do we give back? I hope that, I don't just hope, I'm absolutely certain that you will give full attention to every patient that comes in front of you, that you will do your genuine best for them. But I guess what I'd like to do today is make a request of you to think about giving something else back. And that is giving back an effort to see if we can finally give health to our entire population, not just parts of it. You know, I am the first to say that the miracles that have occurred in medicine, many of which have been driven by this country, are truly spectacular. We have the best technology, the best medications, the best basic bioscience, and we have the best trained physicians in the world. There is no question about that. But there's this one glaring problem in that we don't have the best system when it comes to our outcomes. In a curious way, the nation that we live in is divided between people who are healthcare haves and healthcare have-nots. So if you go to a zip code just to the east of your campus, the average life expectancy is 69 years. You only have to go 3 zip codes over, and the average life expectancy is 81. Healthcare haves, healthcare have-nots. You saw it in the clinic. You saw it especially in the emergency room. You saw way too many people who, if they had been treated early, could have easily been handled as outpatients, but because they were unable to get access to treatment, they ended up coming into the ER far too late and with their disease far too advanced. It just simply isn't right to have so much that's great in our medical system, but have this disparity between the haves and the have-nots. So you might react to this by saying, look, I understand the problem you're describing, but I went to medical school to become an MD. I want to focus on treating patients. What you're talking about is a political issue. It's a policy issue. It's independent of me as a physician. But I'd like to argue that it isn't political, it's actually ethical. So if you think back to what you were taught about medical ethics, the beauty of ethics for a physician is there are only 4 key words that you have to remember. The first one is beneficence, which means every day strive to do the best for the patients in front of you. Now the second one, non-maleficence, means do no harm. And every physician I know, I think, works very hard, strives to never do harm. The third one is autonomy. It's not our autonomy as doctors, it's the patient's autonomy. At the end of the day, it's their decision. And the fourth word, the fourth principle that you see in almost every system of clinical ethics is justice. It simply isn't ethical to continue to have a healthcare system where some people can get everything they need, could possibly want from the healthcare system, and other people are left out in the uninsured cold. There are too many people, including I know people in this room, who fear the financial devastation that might come to them if they developed a serious illness. You know, I never imagined I would get to this point in my career and we would still be falling so short of resolving this problem in the country. But in recent years, as I've had a chance to visit almost every medical school in the United States, I realize that there are more and more people of my generation. There are more and more people who are in the first few decades of their career, and now there are people like you who get this. You worked in the Robert Frank Free Clinic. You went out and did things with, what was it called, the street medicine program for Detroit's homeless. You participated in the LEAD program where you went to Lansing, you went to Washington, and you advocated. And now, I can say this as a proud degree holder from Wayne State, for its sesquicentennial, its 150th anniversary, the Warrior Challenge is going on. The whole university is going to strive to give 150,000 hours of service back to Detroit. You understand this, and you understand the larger social price we pay in America for these health disparities. I feel like we are at a point where we're ready to come together as a profession to fulfill our ethical commitment to health justice. We can do this. Of that, I am certain. Congratulations. Thank you for letting me join you today.
Thank you, Dr. Kirch, for your inspiring remarks on this very special occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, now, the most solemn moment of commencement, the presentation of the candidates and the conferral of the degrees by the President. Candidates of the class of 2018, please rise. President Wilson and Dean Sobel, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Medicine, I have the honor of presenting the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Medicine. President Wilson.
The authority to confer each of these degrees is vested by the people of the state of Michigan under the Constitution of the state, in the Board of Governors of Wayne State University, and by the Board of Governors, it is delegated to me. Each of these degrees is granted upon the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Medicine. I am proud to confer upon each of you the degree of Doctor of Medicine for which the faculty has recommended you, and I admit you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities of that degree. Congratulations. Doctors, please be seated.
We will now perform the ceremonial hooding of the graduates of the class of 2018 of the Wayne State University School of Medicine. The hood is part of the academic regalia that was originally designed as a head covering to keep heads warm in cold, unheated buildings. It dates back to the medieval days of some of the oldest universities in the world. Today, hoods are the most expressive part of the academic regalia. They indicate not only the field of study which has been completed, but also the degree and the institution's colors. The hood, with green velvet running along a black background, represents the academic color of medicine, and the yellow and green silk colors represent Wayne State University. I will begin by reading the names of the candidates. Dr. Richard Baker, Vice Dean of Medical Education, and Dr. Kenneth Sprague, Associate Dean of Admissions, will hood the graduates, and President Wilson and Dean Sobel will congratulate the graduates while handing them their diploma. I would like to introduce Dr. Ardiana Vulai, President of the class of 2018. Monica Thaparthi. Shireen Abdel Razak. Abraham Abdul Haq. Nicholas Adams. Syed Ali Adil. Roy Akarakian. Sarah Akhtar. Sylvie Akrawi. Amanda Alexander. Wafa Aljami. Chad Amato. Kelsey Anderson. Caitlin Andreen. Ayman Uthmani. Ahmad Arabi. Emily Armstrong. Nabia Arshad. Matthew Ashbrook. Marlene Azar. Andrew Bagby. Carl Baker. Megan Baker. Ahmed Balou. Elizabeth Perry Bavers. Brian Beninati. Danya Berry. Catherine Bill. Thomas Bolig. Marwan Bolis. Bryce Friedel. Jonathan Brewis. Robert Brisky. Andrew Brown. Andre Burkett. Jacob Burke. Meredith Bushman. Matthew Canavo. Adam Shaheen. Tariq Shaheen. Arif Shatur. Jeffrey Cheng. Gaurav Chenji. Christopher Chow. Jonathan Christ. Joshua Christian. Brian Chun. Laura Collins. Joshua Cordoville. Megan Courtley. Alexander Crawford. Karina Dagger. Deborah Daniel. Andrew Darmarkasi. Oliver Darsey. Shabandri Das. Christopher Davis. Dmitry Davidov. Yafa Davidova. Nicole Desatel. Shivano Dawan. Chissa Doro. Braden Dim. Stephen Jewell. Robert Eckensweiler. Noor Al-Kashlan. Latoria Ellison. Laura Favor. Sakina Fatma. Mark Feldman. Michael Felice. Christopher Furlett. Charles Fisher. Michael Fitzgerald. David Friedlander. Amy Friedman. Alexander Frisky. Justin Gatt. Teresa Guittari. Joshua Getz. Karu Geddes. Sonia Guerra. Muhammad Ali Gandour. Robert Gildersleeve. Harmanjeet Gill. Jess Gill. Ismail Gregory. Shravanthi Gupta. Mohammed Hadid. Allison Hallman. Alexandra Haluska. Zeka Hassan. Chase Heilbronn. Max Hensel. Saira Huda. Jordan Wang. Wendy Wang. Farhan Hussein. Amy Inman. Christopher Isham. Heather Jagoda. Susan John. Gregory Jones. Lily Jordan. Paul Joseph. Omar Kadura. Ryan Cotty. Kimberly Cato. Marie Denise Khan. Nadim Candlelift. Mamta Kanwar. Chingwen Kawaji Ellis. Aram Kazim. Andrea Kendall. Madeline Kent. Faria Khalik. Hajra Khan. Mustafa Khan. Shaquille Karodia. Yazan Karala. Eric Kim. Young Ho Kim. Iwa Kim. Daniel Kissa. Kathleen Turner Kissa. Joshua Kong. Jonathan Coons. Varsha Korapella. Mark Krisha. David Kuipers. John Kolzicki. Andrew Kuo. Daniel Kurtz. Patrick Lai. Allison Lang. Stephen Ledozinski. Benjamin Lair. Melissa Lavaska. Victor Lee. William Lee. Liang Liang. Tony Lin. Kayin Liu. Serena Liu. Vincent Lizio. Kristen Lovio. Clayton Like. Corey McCrander. Syed Mahmood. James Malise. Jem Manalo. Agnes Maniak. Hanya Makbul. Amen Marji. Amanda Martin. Benjamin Maynard. Nolan McBride. Evan McGlynn. Christopher McHugh. Fabian Mehta. Shiofan Mi. Jeffrey Mitchell. Krishna Modi. Sanjay Modi. Nashita Mola. Jeffrey Moon. Monique Munn. Amir Monchi. Momtaz Nahar. Nathan Nardker. Andre Nedick. Lan Nguyen. Alvin Nee. Sejal Nuamanya. Elizabeth Odell. Riley O'Hara. Danielle Olson. Ajit Panag. Rajul Parikh. Amanda Paris. Brittany Parker. Christopher Parley. Ryan Parnell. Deep Patel. Allie Patterson. Tanya Pavri. William Perry. Rachel Pettipies Phillips. Alexander Pazeshki. Michael Pizzello. Famita Pali. Lakeisha Porter. Neo Poyaji. Reemer Promsma. Priya Prakash. Jennifer Browdy. Okay. Abigail Prentice. Jennifer Proudy. Musab Katu. Matthew Redant. Sanjay Rama. Ola Ramo. Kyle Ramthan. Natasha Rana. Samuel Randall. Nilesh Raval. Leka Reshoni. Ali Rida. Bennett Rittering. Aaron Rivkin. Christy Robinson. John Robinson. John Rotundo. Bruce Rutman. Brent Rodden. Catherine Salisbury. Candace Schiffko. Brennan Schiller. Elise Schultz. Drew Schubach. Leah Solitsky. Monica Shaw. Zafir Shaw. Rathika Sharma. Sonali Sharma. Jonathan Shaw. Daniel Sherwood. Zubin Shetty. Mo Shirur. August Sigelko. Michael Silverman. Ryan Slusky. Mallory Smith. Richard Smith. Claire Sorick. Naman Srivastava. Amanda Stacer. Matthew Stack. James Stevenson. Sasha Stein. John Strader. Timothy Swiatkowski. Jordan Tabak. Alexandra Targin. Christopher Taylor. Alexa Thibodeau. Jessica Tho. Sherwin Thomas. Rosa Tolomello Moore. Brandon Toth. Jessica Shuey. Samaya Allah. Elizabeth Ulrich. Stephen Van Beek. Jacob Vanderweide. Tanu Verma. Anshu Wadera. Matthew Waldrop. Emily Walton. Eric Wanschneider. Amar Watu. Bershay Webb. Ruth Way. Alexander Wester. Evan White. Cameron Williams. Bradford Wolke. Andrew Wong. Helen Wu. Sway Wu. Linnea Schwerab. Michael Janoschek. James Yip. Daniel Long. Yong. Simon Youssef. Lohan Yuan. Donald Ziola Jr. Crystal Zhang. And last but not least, Kevin Jung. Congratulations to all of you. I would now like to introduce, again, Dr. Ardiana Vulai, President of the Class of 2018.
Hello, everybody. Family, friends, faculty, staff, and honored graduates, thank you for joining us on this momentous occasion. Or rather, thank you for sticking around this long to hear me. Today is one in a handful of exciting days of medical school. I don't have the words to express my gratitude for the chance to speak on this special day. It has been an honor to serve as your president for the last 4 years, and being up here in this role is a joy I couldn't have dared to dream of. So thank you from the bottom of my dangerously tachycardic heart. Probably could have benefited from some propranolol today, but I want to take just 1 second to thank all of our administration, our faculty, staff, professors, physicians, mentors, everybody that helped get all of our butts in these seats today. So if we could give them a round of applause really quickly. When we started this journey 4 years ago, we took an oath to abide and practice according to the 4 pillars of medical ethics: autonomy, beneficence, non-maleficence, and justice. As we transition into our respective residencies, I think it's important to touch on how we can uphold these pillars not only in our practice, but in our lives. Autonomy, respect for the patient's right to self-determination. We were fortunate enough to study medicine in the age of booming informational technology. Anything we want to know is just a Google or a never-ending, up-to-date black hole of embedded hyperlinks away. While this has taken our understanding to new levels, data does not define the patient. Too much data can sometimes confuse and complicate. One of our biggest challenges as fresh physicians in this age of technology will be to put our phones down, lift our eyes up, and listen. The patient will have the answers. Remember, we cannot truly respect our patients' decisions until we've taken the time and made the effort to understand them. Beneficence, the duty to do good. For this pillar, I urge you to commit yourselves to lifelong learning. We've all spent a good portion of our adult lives in higher education, so I know we're no strangers to that. But the science and technology of medicine are rapidly changing, and we will need to keep up. Don't ever be afraid to admit your knowledge gaps, which going into intern year are plenty, but seek to fulfill them. Be diligent, compassionate, and empathetic in your practice. There's nothing more sacred in medicine than the ritual of examining a patient. Be sure to celebrate that ritual. With every year of practice, aim to be better than you were the year before. Develop your skills alongside your knowledge. And possess those skills, but don't allow yourself to be possessed by them. Despite all we will learn about the human body, we will never know enough. It remains, by and large, a hugely mysterious thing. And friends, some of you will solve those mysteries, make discoveries, and quite possibly change the way we practice medicine. Non-maleficence, the duty to do no harm, and justice, to treat all people equally and equitably. I tie these two together to say plainly and simply, follow your moral compass and be a good person. Remind yourselves that principles are only worth having if you have the courage to stand up and act on them. As you move through residency and into your careers, remember to be kind to one another. Remember that your patients and their families are often navigating unknown territory, and their fear of the unknown can manifest in many ways. Remember that there are a lot of caring, committed professional healthcare workers out there who do not hold MD degrees. Nurses, techs, therapists, they all play integral roles in the overall health of your patient. Remember, the primary care physician, the ER doctor admitting, or the specialist you're consulting was once someone's classmate, a lab partner, a study group partner. Remember that this profession is full of a network of friends, and treat each other accordingly. Don't think more of yourself than you should, and don't think less of your colleagues than you should. And when in doubt, follow the golden rule. Treat others the way you want to be treated, with professionalism and respect, because we are all in this together for the long haul. It has been a privilege to have endured these last 4 years with you all, so go forth, stay curious, do good, and change the world. Congratulations. Now I would like to introduce Dr. Richard Baker, Vice Dean of Medical Education. Dr. Baker will administer the oath to our class. Dr. Baker.
Will the class of 2018 please stand and repeat each phrase of the professional oath after me. I invite all physicians present to rise and join the newest members of our honored profession in speaking the oath. I do solemnly swear by all that I hold most sacred that according to my ability and judgment, I will in every particular keep this my oath and covenant. I pledge to dedicate myself to the service of humanity and to honor the noble traditions of the medical profession, to hold those who have taught me this art as equal to my parents, and to live my life in partnership with them. To give to my teachers the respect and gratitude which is their due. To regard my colleagues equally with my brethren. And to teach this art by precept, by lecture, and by every other mode of instruction. To those who practice the healing arts. As a physician, I will maintain the ultimate dignity of life while guiding its arrival, protecting its course, and easing its natural passage from this world. I will offer to those who seek my aid not only my knowledge and skills, but my warmth and compassion as well. Whatever in the lives of those I shall see or hear, either in my practice or outside of my practice, which should not be public, this will I hold in silence, believing that such things should not be spoken. I will conduct myself with honesty and virtue, with conscience and dignity will I live my life and practice my art. In all circumstances, I will consider every individual as equal, without regard to race, creed, or gender, refusing no one my help. I will abstain from every act of injustice and corruption. Above all else, I will do no harm. I freely take this oath and will maintain the noble traditions of my profession, always tempering my science with the warmth and humility of the true physician. You may switch the tassels from the right side of your mortar boards to the left. Congratulations, doctors. Please be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Baker. Before concluding the program, I would like to congratulate you on this amazing accomplishment. I would like to thank the staff, my awesome staff, for working behind the scenes to make this a happy occasion for you. It was a true pleasure having you as our guests at this commencement. Enjoy this beautiful day and the rest of this afternoon, and have a safe journey home. Thank you.